Hello and welcome to our trilogies about systemic enterprise development. In this course, we want to explain what it is about the systemic approach and why systemic enterprise development plays such a significant role in the 21st century. Let us start with the first session to introduce the systemic development approach and warm up appropriately. What does a systemic approach mean? The term is neither new, nor does it have its origins in corporate development, management, or leadership. It also does not stand for something from the IT or software-related fields. It has been used for many years in the medical and social sciences to analyze, understand, and influence holistic relationships and interactions within or between organisms, cultures, and societies. Systemic enterprise development is about viewing and shaping a company as an overall system and less about optimizing individual processes, product, or developing business areas. The human factor plays a central role here. The systemic approach is about understanding, developing, and leading corporate organizations as living systems. From this perspective, corporate organizations can be vital and healthy or disturbed and blocked. A healthy and effectively developed enterprise system is a vibrant workplace, where positive energy flows, where there is enough strength to pursue its goals, where the purpose is shared, and where executives know exactly what their role is to make the system move forward. In the opposite case, the affected organizations often have tension, disorientation, struggle, and a lack of motivation and inspiration. Here, very often there is a breakdown in communication, there is silo thinking, resistance to change, and poorly developed transformational capabilities. Why is systemic enterprise development so important in the 21st century? Let us explain its significance on three main topics. The first topic is digitalization. The digital age has led to new business models and products. New market participants are emerging in a very short time, and customer needs are evolving rapidly and constantly. Developments that were limited by technical, physical, or geographical boundaries in the industrial age now seem possible. This makes it possible for companies to achieve global reach in the shortest possible time, in terms of sales and procurement. In the same breath, customers worldwide are flooded with product and marketing messages. The number of suppliers is constantly increasing and becoming increasingly confusing. Companies can no longer stand out from the crowd with a solid and affordable product alone. They need the right messages and contemporary branding. In general, the requirements in the so-called intangible factors or the individual elements of the enterprise system have increased significantly. Systemic elements like corporate culture, people and talent management, or corporate governance and vitality play important roles in this area. Entrepreneurs who want to be successful in the digital age must be willing and able to embrace the latest technologies and use them to their advantage. They must be able to radically automate core processes and explore new organizational and structural approaches. Innovation, growth, and change are key success factors deeply linked with how the enterprise system works. Digitalization gives customers more influence and options than ever before. Successful companies have consistently aligned their organization with customer focus. Companies need to find, retain, and motivate the right talent to serve ever-changing and increasing customer demands. The enterprise system must provide the right frame for effective adoption, change, and transformation. The second topic is the climate change. Regional and global climatic changes affect companies in different ways. In most cases, they represent additional expenses and investments, usually without added value. For some companies, climatic changes threaten their very existence, while for others, they result in windfall profits or the potential for additional earnings. The change, as such, is equally relevant for all, and experiences dangerous catalysis through its simultaneous effect with the other influences from digitalization and demographic development. All these effects are occurring at the same time as the effects of digitalization and demographics. Therefore, the need for strong transformational skills and the ability to change and innovate within the enterprise system are significantly high. The third topic is demography. It has long been known and discussed in countless publications that the world is facing a structural demographic deficit. While the global population continues to grow, the proportion of working-age individuals, which means the number of available workers, is shrinking in many regions. This development will inevitably lead to distortions in the international labor markets. In many countries, there has been an ongoing discussion about not only a shortage of skilled workers but also a widespread labor shortage. Fortunately, this development is taking place in the digital age, in which theoretically good conditions exist for recruiting and integrating workers and resources globally. The prerequisite for this to happen is that the companies involved have the ability to do this and possess suitable structures, working environments, and the necessary corporate culture. Companies that are seriously engaged in systemic enterprise development are working on the right elements with reference to these challenges. It is therefore important to ensure that not only the processes are set up excellently, but also that they are operated by highly motivated and qualified people. It is not enough to offer attractive products at fair conditions without having emotional identification features. It does not lead to competitive advantages if you have a sufficient number of employees, but a large proportion of them are not very inspired or innovative. It only has half the value if marketing and external communication are first class, while internal communication and transparency are dysfunctional, half-hearted, and unstructured. Systemic development means empowering the organism of your enterprise, aligning the prevailing mindset, and ensuring that the right talents with the right skills do the work where they generate the greatest possible positive input. It means ensuring that positive energy, enthusiasm, and passion can flow through the organization with as few barriers as possible and that as many people as possible contribute to the company's success with a high level of intrinsic motivation. It is about making your organization and all the people working in it healthy, vital, willing to learn, capable of change, and resilient. This is precisely the difference between a holistic, systemic approach and many other methods and approaches focused on individual processes or partial aspects. Now that we have explained what is behind systemic enterprise development and why this approach is so important in the 21st century, the question arises as to how and with what. This will be explained in our following sessions of this trilogy. However, it should be emphasized that the implementation of systemic enterprise development is not a rocket science. It is also achievable with existing onboard resources or at least with the means and resources that are necessary for an effective evolution of the organization anyway. Practical experience shows that success does not depend on large consulting projects, high-end methods, specific tools, or extremely rare or highly qualified experts, but primarily on the awareness, will, and commitment of the executive management. In the next 2 sessions, we will explain what is important for effective implementation and how you can navigate through the relevant phases in a structured and process-oriented manner. Thank you for your attention and interest, and stay tuned.